What's up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from the Dyslexic Investor, and we're looking at a crazy week that happened this week again with the markets. This snapshot of this individual's account basically kind of sums it up. So he was trading two contracts of UVXY, which is kind of like, it's like trading the VIX. It's got a little bit more leverage on it, I believe, but it can, with the VIX moves or the markets go down drastically, this thing just skyrockets. And again, you can imagine what happened this week on top of the overall Robinhood fiasco that they've had with the Monday, Tuesday issues with people not able to get filled on their options, or even to log into the account to manage their money, or even pull out their money if they wanted to. So that being said, what did this guy basically? I can't tell exactly when he bought this, but he bought two contracts for $320, so it expires in like 2 weeks from that date. And is basically, you'll see that the price was basically zero across the board. It wouldn't be zero, because this is a good point, because options prices get reset every day in the morning, and usually it takes 2-3 minutes, sometimes longer, for those options to update between the bid and the ask down here. So you can kind of see here, that's why it's a little bit on the extreme side. So it really shouldn't have been a penny, but the previous lows was $5.95, so $595. So you can kind of see here on his total return, he's basically down nearly 100%, so 999.83 for the total return of this position. And then, of course, come the following Friday of that week, closing out the week, with volatility climbing substantially, you can kind of see here that the share price jumped from $22.22 to $37.02. That's just the underlying stock price, but the options on those contracts went in from 16 to like 18.50. So that's a pretty wide spread, and depending on that, they usually have a fairly wide spread in there as well. So I don't trade UVXY because it's just a diminishing return. I'd rather just trade VXX. So we can go look at the chart, but basically turning around a completely crap losing trade and just having the persistence to hold it, or the lack of knowledge to hold it, or lack of the IQ to hold it, and just hoping and praying for it to go up, thinking the market's going to go down in the future, in the next week or two, and having the fortitude to hold that, and basically returning 364% in that return. But it's not the most accurate, but it's going to be it's still a nice, very nice return of basically making well more than his initial investment back. So we can go ahead and look at the stock. So this is the we're looking at a little smaller time frame. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you can kind of see here, if this trader bought it in this time frame, depending on what time he did, basically it looks like he held it probably right when the bell opened, or he had it from the previous day. And it basically just traded sideways, kind of moving up and down. The following day, coming up a little bit, then coming back down. But then the following 2 days, it just kind of went up. Like, I'm surprised he didn't get out on Thursday, honestly, due to the fact of Robinhood having issues Monday, Tuesday, and then just maybe trying to get out on a profit at basically at $30. We can look at the options pricing here in a second, and then completely overnight, and the following day just getting skyrocketing higher and closing at $40, nearly $38. And again, he didn't say exactly when he sold, but he made a nice chunk of return there. Very interesting stuff for sure. And we're going to jump to the next one now. Alrighty then, so we got another one who basically he joined a month ago to learn more about long-term investing strategies. Now I'm up 15K. So basically, I guess if he has 18,000, he probably started with $3,000 investing it, and basically in a month made a 355% return. So let's see what he did. He didn't post anything, but he put a very detailed link down here on what he did. So we're going to run through this and see what he did. So we're going to look at all these little stocks here and figure out what happened and how this long-term strategy that he used on options, basically seeing how that turned out. So we can basically see on beginning of February, bought 7 Microsoft, I guess it's a call, the 187 call for $1.14. Then he sold it 2 days later for a little bit of a profit. It looks like he just kept on rolling the money. All right, let's go. Let's break this down here. All right, so he bought MSFT. All right, on 2/5/25, so that would have been this gap up here, or this down day here, and then he sold it 2 days later, so here, for a nice little profit. And then he bought a space calls. This is the beginning of the month of February. Again, that's been a crazy run there. So he bought that at $22 strike price call for 65 cents at the 10th. So he bought it way down here. Wow, nice. So basically, he bought 15 of those. Wow, 15 of those at 65 cents. Then literally sold them that day for $1.10, a little bit, nearly doubling. Then also that day he bought 30 space at $20. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. He bought 30 more space. Maybe he bought the stock. $30 at $20. That's what it looks like. So he bought some stock. He bought AMD at 51 something. Then he sold some AMD, about 18 of them at 54. Bought Microsoft calls, 14 of them. Wow, okay, at 200. And then he sold those for a loss. Bought more space, about one stock, a space 2100. Basically, a lot of his chunk came from the space stock. He bought quite a bit of space on the run up here. Basically, everywhere from 25-ish to like 27. And then sold a lot of his space at $40. So making a nice chunk of change there. And then bought 359 of VLSR. What is that? VLSR. Yeah, that doesn't exist. He bought this? What? That makes no sense. But anyways, you can see this is, I guess he's trading for the long term, he says, but a lot of these strategies are a little, and then it says accidentally bought 45 SPY 250 put expiring 3 cents for 90 cents while selling, and then it was selling at 50 cents. So he bought it at too high of a price, probably put it in a market order or something, and then sold that, a lot of those puts the next couple days. That's great. That's probably where he made a lot of his money right here for sure. I'm trying to figure what's VLSR. That's not pulling up. VLSR. Let me Google that. VLSR stock. Let's see. Where'd it go? Am I reading that right? VLSR. Yeah, I think he means FSLR, I think. Not VLF. I don't know. Did they change the symbol? It looks like they did change it. Okay. Nice. Okay. That is awesome. Good for him, my friends. That is... It's not easy to do. Again, he said he's only been doing it for a month. He's been a lot lucky, and he's been kind of... Space and a lot of the other helpers kind of helped him move along, and it's great for him. Great little... I like how he broke everything down. I wish the kind of down of like, I bought here, sold here for each stock, not doing a category like this. But again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!